want to text Justin, tell him I'm coming? Hey folks, welcome back to the Key. Actually, we're at Greenstone Firewood over at Justin's place. He's got a shelter and we're not lying on the snow. So it's a little noisy in here, but we're gonna get the 400-hour inspection done and we're gonna bring you along for the ride. Anyways, grab something warm, it's cold out. Stick around. Little piece of advice when you change your oil, put the key to your tractor somewhere away from the tractor. That way, if there's no oil in the engine, somebody doesn't start it by mistake and blow up your engine. Just a little tidbit. Mil. Ooh, he's black. I'm gonna die. Somebody's gonna tell me I should have gloves on. I know. I don't glow in the dark yet. I'm not too worried about it. Now, the last time I took off this filter, that little filter, it was a real pain in the ass. Sorry to be blunt, but that's what it was. Take this guy off so you don't break it. Don't forget to put it back on. Alright, it's your oil pressure, I think. Haha, you can do it by hand. It's much better than it was last time already. Make sure your pail's underneath that too so it'll catch the drips. Okay, so make sure you can see what I'm talking about. So you're going to take that off the oil pressure. Alright, this guy here, first time he came off, he was a real pain in the butt. I literally broke a filter wrench trying to take it off. So, and that's how it came. So, when they say to put it on hand tight, put it on hand tight. It doesn't have to be blue face torque. Alright? There's nothing on here that gives you a nut to tight torque that down. So don't do that. Part number. You read that alright? Good. washer's there. The washer's not there, she won't seal. Yeah, the floor is still cold. And it's still a 14 mil. Take it off, put it on, it's still the same size. And again, not blue face torque, guys. Blue face torque, you strip that up, you gotta take your oil pan off and have somebody put on a new piece or replace the oil pan. Save yourself money. See how this is so tight here? We got a friend for that. One of these great big long jobbies. It sits right there. Alright, I'm going to put you guys on the other side. Okay, engine doesn't hold this whole container of fluid. Shut that off for a little while so we can hear each other. Or, well, so you can hear me. Blast furnaces are great. Just keep in mind the fact that it's raw exhaust that you're basically keeping your space with. So enclosed spaces, like really enclosed spaces, that's bad. I wouldn't want to be in any space tighter than this place. You know, it's an outdoor tent, just a big one. It's a fairly big, 30 by 50, it's a big one, all right. It's nice to have the space and not be dealing with the blowing wind. Okay, we're just on the bottom of the dipstick. Stay. Oh, by the way, I did put the oil plug in before I started to put the oil in. The first time I did the oil change on this sink, I did exactly that. I poured 8 liters through this engine. I'm thinking, why is there no oil on the dipstick? And why are my feet all of a sudden slippery? Well, the oil pan, catch pan at the bottom, which I hadn't moved away, thankfully, was full of used and brand new oil. We all know how much oil is worth. Was not a cheap adventure. Once we're done with this, we'll go through the tally of parts, oil, and show you roughly what a $400 inspection includes, cost-wise, and then you have an idea how much it's going to cost you if you're going to do it yourself. Much nicer in here out of the wind. So like I said, this is the 400-hour service. We're going to go through things, take a look at it. Now, I used to fix aircraft for a living, so we're going to go through things with a pretty fine-tooth comb. Make sure there's nothing chafing or wires getting funny or lines that are loose, or these kind of things. I'll point out some things. If I find something, I'll definitely point it out. Now, one thing I did do that I noticed is on the 400-hour inspection is the pivot bolt for the front axle. Now, this past summer when I was doing my landscaping in the front yard, I could hear this clicking noise anytime I transitioned from forward to backwards. And what it was the free play in the bolt. So I picked up the front of the tractor and put some jack stands underneath it and tightened up the bolt. Now there is a torque spec, I think, on that. I don't remember what it is, but look it up in the manual. It's right in the manual. It's not like they're hiding it on you. It's not like a car's manual now. You know, you can buy a vehicle now, it gives you all of these, you know, a 400-page manual. Nothing about how to fix the damn thing. Okay, so Kubota service manual, or what do they call this? Oh, operator's manual. So everything's broken down here. All the different inspections. All right. One column you want to make sure of that you follow is this one. Since then. So since then means that every time you come across either a 50, 100, 400, whatever it is, you do that again. All right, it's not a one-time thing. Noisy thing, but very, very, very next to house. Right on the dot. One thing when you're filling the oil, understand you're going to have to check the oil really soon after you start the engine, because you got to fill up the oil filter, so it will be a little low. So just be aware of that. Okay, there's an O-ring there. Check that O-ring, make sure it's okay. I'm glad to see that it's stopping. Uh-oh, gonna make a mess. There we go. Okay, so you can see there's a little bit of stuff on there. It appears to be silicone. Anyways, it's soft. No metal filings on this at all. Anyways, and it just slides in. There is no ring on there. And yeah, oil is drawn through that chamber, that hole there. Comes up to the screen and sticks to the outside of the screen, and is drawn up through there, through a fixture. Anyway, I'll get her finished up, cleaned up, and back in. Okay, you've seen this filter before. It's used for engine oil filter, or engine oil. Give it a rinse before you put transmission fluid through it, because otherwise you could end up with issues. Hey folks, sorry about that. The camera died. Anyways, just to finish off what we started here with the 400-hour inspection. The only thing I didn't get down on camera for you, really, that was I wanted to get for you is the front axle service. So that's removing the oil, and it's the same fluid as the transmission. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. It was cold to do, but fun to do. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you around next time. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to subscribe. Really helps us out here at the channel. And stay warm. Ciao for now.